Today we're going to be talking about Copenhagen stickers once again. We're going to be getting a little update on the Copenhagen market, taking a look at where the stickers and capsule prices have gone over the past week or so, see where things are looking at right now, where maybe some stickers are undervalued, potentially overvalued, and some stickers to keep an eye on over the next couple weeks and months to see ones that we could potentially be throwing some money at and ones that could potentially be better or worse investments than some of the rest. And of course, in this video today, we're going to be talking about the Copenhagen sale, when I think it's going to be taking place, how long it's going to last, and what you should do surrounding that. So with that being said, let's get right into this. First up, just kind of taking a look at the first page of the Copenhagen stickers, sorting by price from the least to the most. The thing that stands out to me the most, definitely right away, is the very first sticker on the list here, the Amcol Esports Holo from Copenhagen, 83 cents right now, which I do think is a little bit crazy. Now, in Paris, we did see a unique sticker end up being very, very cheap, and that was the Mongols. This thing was under $1 for a lot of the time. You could get it for under $1. I don't think you could get it for under $1 this quickly, though. And this Amcol sticker is setting up to potentially be very, very cheap and maybe, just maybe, end up being an okay investment because, again, this is before the sale has even started. And you have to think that once the sale starts, obviously that's when a lot of people are going to be buying capsules. That's when a lot of people are going to be opening capsules. That's when the supply, in theory, of these stickers is going to be increasing rapidly. So this isn't always what we saw during Paris. This is what we've seen during some of the other majors, which I do think Copenhagen is probably going to be closer to some of the other majors than Paris, because I think Paris was just kind of its own level of ridiculousness, is that we should be seeing, once the sticker sale starts, or the capsule sale starts, we should see a lot of these sticker prices going down, because we're going to be seeing quantities increasing. Now, that is also when people are going to be doing a lot of their investing and investments, both buying the stickers and the capsules, so you could see prices stay flat. You could see prices even increase a little bit, but in the long run, again, they are eventually going to fall down. And that's what we have seen with Paris as well. Even though those prices stayed high for a little bit longer, eventually those prices did drop. All those sticker prices, all those capsule prices have eventually gone down. For Paris, it just took a little bit longer than some of these other ones. But Amcol, if this thing continues to drop, at some point, it's going to be a great investment. I don't know if 83 cents is that price just yet, but man, if this thing drops to closer to 50 cents or even below 50 cents, I could see this thing being a very, very big pickup. Now, of course, one of the big questions, and what we didn't know about Mongols either, was Mongols was a unique, not great looking sticker to bad looking sticker in the Paris collection, but it was potentially okay just because it was unique in a sticker set where there's not a lot of unique stickers, and just with borderless stickers in general, there's not a lot of unique stuff. But obviously what ended up happening is, hey, less than a year later, Mongols gets a second borderless sticker, and now that really, really hurts the Paris Mongols. So with Amcol, if they do end up being a unique borderless sticker for years to come or whatever, it could end up being very good, even as a not so great looking sticker. I know everyone says it's a McDonald's fries ass sticker or whatever, which makes it have some interesting use cases for crafts and stuff like that, which I do think is a little bit funny, but for the most part, it's a pretty ugly logo, pretty ugly sticker. People don't really like it. It's yellow in a set where we already have 50 yellow stickers. But if it does remain unique and borderless and so dirt cheap, it could actually end up having some decent returns. I could definitely see this thing going from 30, 40, 50 cents up to $1, $1.50, $2 at some point in the future. Who knows? Those are just kind of projections, estimates, guesses, whatever. But the point is, when you look back to some of the other borderless sticker sets, even the ugly ones, even the cheapest stickers, whatever, if they remain unique and borderless, they do tend to go up and actually have pretty good returns. So Amcol, keep an eye on that. We'll have to wait and see what price that does end up trickling down to. Nothing else really too interesting here. You have Legacy as the next unique sticker at $1.86, kind of middle of the pack. Again, I would still want to see this drop a lot. We have Ecstatic here at $2.23. Again, if these prices continue to drop, we could see, picking some of these up. We have to remember that the reason that Stockholm and Antwerp have seen such good returns is, yes, they did have lower supplies, lower quantities, and a lot of demand and a lot of application rate and stuff like that. They also looked really good, but also the prices for these stickers initially were very, very low, so it made it easier to get returns. Now, again, the Stockholm and Antwerp stickers at the end of the sale, they weren't $2.23, anything like that. And I think Copenhagen looks worse than Stockholm and Antwerp. Maybe it's going to have higher volumes and higher quantities, but again, if it looks worse, it's going to have less demand and it's going to be more expensive, then I'm going to be staying away. But if these prices drop down and continue to fall and fall and fall, then I could be a little bit interested. But at least from this first page, the only thing that really stands out to me as interesting at all is maybe Amcol. Yes, Legacy and Ecstatic, just because you always have to keep in mind unique borderless stickers, but they do seem a little bit too pricey to me at this point, and kind of falling into that trap that, you know, a lot of people, myself included, kind of fell into with the Paris stuff. Some other interesting stuff here. We have Imperial Spirit, I think is a little bit on the low end at $3. Gamer Legion $3.99. Saw another unique borderless sticker here, $4.05, but again, that is quite pricey, but it is holding up well, and again, it will definitely have some use case for craft, since it is like people can use it as a letter A or whatever, but kind of a decent looking logo. But I'm just surprised how expensive it is, because yeah, I don't know. It's kind of in that similar price range to what we saw for like Fnatic for the Paris collection, and I think the Fnatic sticker is much better and has way more going for it than the SAW sticker does. And then we're seeing if Steam will ever let us go to the next page. Steam community market has been so terrible lately, just lagging, getting so many errors, never loading. But I'm trying to get to the last page for those last couple stickers, but because that is where a lot of the, obviously, the hype is, the craziness, the top stickers. We see Navi for some reason. I don't really understand why. It's pretty expensive. Furia, again, that's always a popular one. People always like it. People are saying it's one of the best stickers in the set. But what's interesting here is that Cloud9 has actually passed up Lin Vision by a lot. It's almost $1 more expensive, which is pretty crazy. Koi actually continues to be the best, most expensive sticker in here. Again, Lin Vision seems to have gotten most of the hype and most of the publicity, but Cloud9 and Koi are now both above it. I actually do really like the Koi sticker a lot. Cloud9, I know, is a huge fan base, great looking logo, blue, people always like it, but I'm not as big of a fan of this Cloud9 sticker. Again, why would I pay this amount for the Copenhagen sticker when I could just pay more for the Antwerp sticker that I think looks a lot better and is probably worth it? And very, very interesting that Lin Vision is actually dropped down. So we have a change in the top three here. It's going to be interesting to watch. And of course, it's going to also lead us to the capsules, where if you take a look at these capsules, we have the Contenders capsule with the most quantity by far at 2,400. And again, that makes a lot of sense, because not only does this Contenders capsule have the most expensive sticker in the set, the Koi, it also has the the third most expensive in the Lin Vision, but it also has 3 other unique stickers in Amcall, Ecstatic, and Legacy. So this sticker capsule does seem to have all the hype, all the demand behind it, and that's why you can see it in the quantities. Does that mean it's going to end up being the best investment, the worst investment? I don't really know. We'll have to wait and see. But the other capsules don't really seem as interesting to me. Yes, Challengers does have Cloud9 in it. It's got some other cool ones like Furia and SAW and Gamer Legion. I think it's actually pretty decent. And then Legends has all the big name teams, all the popular teams, but again, all teams that we've seen with a ton of other borderless stickers before. So I don't know, not as interesting there to me. Contenders and Challengers definitely seem like the 2 interesting ones. Contenders has all the hype, all the demand, but it's got high quantity. Challengers definitely has much less demand, but it's got lower quantities, actually the lowest quantity. Maybe that's going to be the best investment. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Talking about as far as the sticker sale goes, we do have the Paris sale. We have to remember started on June 22nd of 2023, and this Paris major actually ended on May 21st. So just exactly a month after the Paris sale, the Paris major did end, or pretty much like 31 days or something like that. After the Paris major ended, that's when the sale started. So that is definitely something we're going to have to keep an eye on, something we're going to have to be watching out for. Copenhagen major did end on March 31st. So we're looking at about April 31st. April 31st, May 1st, the last week of April, the beginning of May, somewhere right around there for when that sale is going to start. And again, remember, one of the things that ended up being pretty bad about Paris was, yes, there was a ton of investment. There was a ton of hype. There was a ton of overinvestment, a ton of people getting greedy. There was also a ton of players in the game at that time, which we are starting to get a similar player base to the time that Paris came out, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. But also, one of the big things that ended up being really, really bad for Paris was how long that sticker sale lasted. It lasted an unprecedented amount of time. Again, it started June 22nd. I believe it ended October 6th, so we had some of June, all of July, all of August, all of September, and then some of October as well, so about 4 months, 3.5 months, something like that. So that is very, very crazy. So it is possible that we could get a Copenhagen sticker sale that lasts from May to June to July, maybe ends in like August or something like that, which would be pretty crazy. But again, Valve made so much money off this last one by doing so many of these things differently, by extending that sale, by doing borderless stickers again. So maybe they're going to rip a page out of that Paris playbook, because they definitely could. They could have this sale go all the way to October, September, or whatever. Shanghai Major's not till December. They would still have plenty of time to prepare for the Shanghai Major, get people excited for that once again. But also the big caveat on one of the asterisks here is, what is Valve going to do in between as far as content? I know some people are expecting like an operation or some kind of new content in CS2 or anything like that, and maybe that could lessen the Copenhagen sale or whatever, but just keep that in mind. The longer the Copenhagen sale, the worse it's going to be for investors. But if we do randomly get a Copenhagen sale that doesn't last as long, and this whole set isn't as hyped up as Paris, and it doesn't sell as well, and it's not as invested in, again, that is going to, weirdly enough, make it a better investment overall. You also have to keep in mind that we're now in the era of 5x crafts, which should hopefully help application numbers for Copenhagen, which should release or should decrease overall quantity and supply of the stickers, the individual stickers themselves, and maybe also increase the demand for capsules and stuff, since people are going to have to open more to make more crafts and everything. So there are actually some things pointing in the right direction for Copenhagen, but again, I do expect that sale to be starting in the next like 2 or 3 weeks, and I'm preparing for it to last a long time, and if it doesn't last that long, I will be pleasantly surprised. But either way, you don't have to panic, you don't have to rush. You have a ton of time to figure out your game plan for Copenhagen, and even after the sale ends, you're still going to have some time to figure that out. So don't panic, don't rush, make good decisions. Again, it's better to be right than it is to be rushed, or you'd rather wait and be a little bit too late than rush and make a quick wrong decision. So just kind of keep that in mind. But that is pretty much it for this video today, guys. Hopefully catch you in the next one. Until then, peace.